Hi there, this is Carmen Ortiz. This is a three-part video. So total is around 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. And in the next 2 minutes, I'm just going to introduce myself, say that I'm a co-founder of Healthy Dog Depot, and tell you, welcome you to this space, and to tell you that we are here to live a mission and a passion. And the passion starts with responsible dog rescue and adoption. We believe that every dog on the planet deserves a loving home, and that every home deserves a loving companion. Okay? And it is our responsibility as owners of our loving companions to keep them healthy, okay? To watch over what we put in their mouths. And I did not do that. I rescued a dog in the year 2000 in the streets of Puerto Rico called Gypsy. And Gypsy is the inspiration of Healthy Dog Depot. Okay? And I want to tell you that exactly 1 year ago, August 6, 2013, Gypsy went to heaven. And we had to make the very, very painful decision of putting her to sleep as a result of a tumor that had grown completely out of control in her hip and was ready to explode at any moment. And right there in the vet's office, we had no choice, and we made that decision. Okay. Now, when Gypsy was around 10 years old, and she lived with me 12 years, I rescued her when she was 3. She lasted till she was 15. So when she was around 10, we discovered that she had diabetes. Okay. This is not something that you want for your dog. It just completely changes their life and yours. And it was because of what we were feeding her. You know, there's various factors that come into either a human or an animal acquiring diabetes. But I believe that nutrition, what we put in their mouths, is a very, very important component. Okay? And Gypsy, you know, she loved ice cream, and, you know, we would give her Heggies when we were eating human food, and she loves those greenies. And I thought, you know, she was basically, I was helping her with her breath and just keeping her teeth clean. Well, that's a bunch of hogwash. That's not true. It's just pure junk. And so we were feeding her junk. And we were totally and completely committed to our dog's health. But we did not know any better. We thought we were doing the right thing. Okay? When we found out that she had diabetes, then I became a lunatic about dog nutrition and alternative health approaches to keeping Gypsy healthy. But not just Gypsy, all dogs. So we are here starting a movement. And the movement is we need to, as dog owners, as dog caregivers, these loving companions depend on us, right? They don't control what they put in their mouths. We do. And it is our responsibility to keep them safe. So we're here at Healthy Dog Depot are starting a movement to keep our dogs healthy, give them the best quality of life and the longest lifespan that they can possibly have. Yeah. Now, this is why we've partnered with a company called Lives Abundance. And you're going to see a link below that's going to take you to our website on Lives Abundance, and then you're going to learn much more, a lot, as much as you want to learn, about how you should be feeding your dog. And if you have a cat, your cat as well. Okay? And much more on Lives Abundance when you click and you go to Lives Abundance. But just to know that it is a solid company, an ethical company with the best dog nutritional products, pet nutritional products on the market. And that's why we've decided to join with them. Now, in the next few minutes, if you hang in here, you're going to see Gypsy live in a video that was recorded the day before she passed away. In the memory of Gypsy, okay, and delivering this message of high quality food and keeping our dogs healthy, I produced that video. And it's the video about the inspiration behind Healthy Dog Depot, which was Gypsy, or is Gypsy. So that's what you're going to see in the next 3.5 minutes, so stay with us. And then the end of this video, the last 2 minutes, I'm actually with Gypsy showing you what I did when I would measure her blood. 3-4 times a day. How I would prick her her tail in a particular spot, right? The instruments that I used to actually measure her sugar, okay? Because I measured Gypsy's sugar 3-4 times a day, and definitely every time before I injected her with insulin, which I did twice a day. This is not something that you want for your dog, okay? And you know we're in an epidemic of diabetes among humans and among animals. So let's join the movement. Let's stop this lunacy. Let's start feeding our dogs high quality nutritional products. Okay? So this is Dr. Carmen Ortiz. Be well. Thank you for being with us here at Healthy Dog Depot and for joining this movement of keeping our dogs healthy, safe, happy, and our passion with dog rescue and adoption. Take care. Hi, this is Carmen Ortiz, and I'm here with Gypsy, and I wanted to share with you just a very, very brief message about Healthy Dog Depot and the inspiration behind Healthy Dog Depot. And it has to do with Gypsy. It has to do with the fact that when we rescued her 12 years ago, it's now August 2013, and we rescued her in 2000 actually. And you can see that she's a beautiful dog. We rescued her in the streets of Puerto Rico, and she's around 15 years old now. We rescued her when she was around 3. And about 4 or 5 years ago, she got sugar in her blood. It's called diabetes. And then from there, she got cataracts, and she lost her sight. And of course, you know, if you have the pancreas, just things started to happen in terms of her body. And so I got very, very interested and very studious about traditional veterinary science. Oh, and one thing I want to tell you is that we took her to the small animal hospital of Florida University School of or College of Veterinary Science in Gainesville. You can check them out on Google. If you live anywhere in Florida, that's where you want to go. So they have a small animal hospital, they have a large animal hospital. We took her there, and the medical care is outstanding. And we suggest, or I recommend, if you have a dog, that you find out which is the closest university with a College of Veterinary Science. Okay? And if they have a hospital for animals where they can actually see your animal and treat your animal, that's where you want to go. Definitely that's where you want to go. And so she had the best medical care. But even then, I said, you know, there's got to be natural. I'm a strong believer in natural medicine, alternative medicine for humans. And I figured, well, what about alternative medicine for dogs? And so we got into the herbs and really eliminated most of the stuff that she was eating and got her into very, very high quality food, dog food, and eliminated a lot of the treats that we were giving her, which was pure junk, and the grain, and just we did a lot in doing the research for natural. Oh, we're at some point she started getting some arthritic types of symptoms, having difficulty over here with her joints. So we got her some herbs for her joints. Okay, clearly we've got her on the salmon oil, which is for her heart and her coat, and of course she's on probiotics for her enzymes for her stomach. She's got supplements, you know, vitamins and minerals. So the whole ball of wax, and you can see she's looking pretty good for 15 years old, and we believe that it's because of all the natural products, natural supplementation, that, and also herbs for her ailments, etc., that we have been using. And so that's why Healthy Dog Depot, that's the inspiration behind this store. And what we are committed to is the health and the safety of every single companion that we may have. And in our case with this store, we're focused on dogs because this baby right here is the inspiration behind this store. Again, this is Carmen Ortiz, and I'm the founder of Healthy Dog Depot, and this is Gypsy, the inspiration of the store. Hi, this is Carmen Ortiz. I'm here with Gypsy, and today we're going to show you how to test your dog with a glucose meter and a lancet to test the level of sugar in the system, okay, which is critical so that you know when to adjust the insulin, and you can curve the dog. You don't have to take them to the vet to curve the dog. You can curve them yourself. And what we do basically is we test the sugar before we inject the insulin to make sure we're not giving them too much insulin or too little insulin. And what we find is that pricking the end of the tail is the best way because they have less sensitivity. Basically, she doesn't feel it. And we use the Lancet device, okay? And which, by the way, here's the box with the lancets, and they should be changed very, very frequently and set, you know, for appropriate for your dog, depending upon the size of your dog. And so, you know, you set the device and you basically activate the device so that a little needle comes out and draws the blood. And when the drop of blood comes out, you have the TrueTrack glucose meter with the strip, and you place the strip right on the drop of blood and you will get the reading. Okay, and that's the way you do it. You don't have to take them to the vet. It's really, really easy. And one thing we do is that we clean the blood or the tail with peroxide water. This is really important because we want to avoid infection, and it works like a charm. As long as that water goes in there, she's fine with it. Okay, so we hope that this video is helpful to you, and please, please, please learn how to test your own dog so that you don't have to run to the vet to see what's going on with your dog's glucose levels. This is Carmen Ortiz.